Well, Yasaba, Yadamuina must be a diamond chira, any diamond chira, any fire, Paymuno, Etimini wedding, Gita Hokama, Ama Bibia to me, Akosuye, Ede, Amamo. Because here, I better to say, Moody Agroka, Crabby pet, Ubina problem. Foul fee, a foul office, a far baby Audiga, a far baby Audiju may be an aja, and want to cheer a bread to say 1 year careful pet, neck of fast and Cassia. Eddie abroad. More chesa more kwaba Badwam Mpensenpensenmu brewo Badwam so on Adom TV multi TVs in paying for atnasi nimyon for Kennedy Osenyako atnasi acting deputy minister Agric atnasi ana only acting here ana fe enya kwabna minta kando ono so owo NDC amanyo kumrashibe dwani so sama dwaboso empeso aso. Was a former deputy minister, NDC Penso, Lands and Natural Resources. Korakwaba, Avishapazo. Bibi, come on.
Minimum pipe.
Okay, so I address you as a minority or majority caucus as you sit here.
There's a bit of confusion.
Confusion.
There's a bit. I must be very honest. In fact, as it stands now, there's no. You need majority per the declaration that you see. Although you're 3 months 1 GB, and we have the strongest conviction say CDB says 30 months out to Modi Ebeji. But for now, 137, and 1 independent candidate. Okay. So it's a bit difficult to say.
30 months at the moment, court.
We are in court.
Okay. So a NDC caucus, you see?
Yes, NDC Parliamentary caucus.
Okay, I see. So majority or the MPP caucus, the Unia again.
Your man, I'm chair with you for an hour. I'm just a bahan match. I tell you, I'm be answer Fishiapa. There's no ambiguity in who is on the majority side or who is on the minority side. I can't know the coffee. The third term, and they say, very difficult. It means to cry and and this is the first time we are having this kind of situation. He might want to apprise his mind to certain things. There is a standard parliamentary practices in all parliamentary democracies around the globe. It will tell you clearly, bet you say, who controls parliament. Who controls parliament is a party or parties with majority or working majority in parliament. Who is going to have the working majority in parliament? Though we have 137 seats, we have plus 1 independent who is part of, who has declared his intentions of Babeka MPP. So automatically we have the working majority in parliament. And that is how who controls parliament is determined. We here is who has the working majority. It's as simple as that. Until Friday, the speaker will not have any difficulty. Speaker answer the what you're about to say parliamentary procedures are now practices are unimpa, and he knows the definition of a majority in parliament. It has clearly stated who now becomes the majority in parliament. I don't think there's any confusion, but let's wait.
Okay.
Let's wait. Let's wait till
the standing orders. This is my 3rd term in parliament. So what I say. There's a difference between majority caucus and the majority party in parliament. And if you read the standing orders, it's clear. You understand? The fact that Obi anyway here, human doesn't mean Obi adding a number to your half. It's not done anyway.
But only
you must find. He's sitting with you. There's a precedent. Samia. No. It's when say you take a decision about fine. He's working with you. But to me, in fact, the number no automatically in case because on I'm the majority party in parliament. You don't do that. Some year minority here, you for I think that time they majority or minority. But he never wanted the caucus be other. A caucus meeting, one baby that.
So in this case, we can so ABA MPP.
Any of my year, it doesn't mean so automatically. What the number never count on a majority party in parliament. There could be a group of what do you call it? Independent candidates are back together. No matter year, that's understandable. But the fact is, independent candidate be so no baby year, Let me give you another example. You're the second deputy speaker, no, the independent candidate. No. Because per our standing orders, no, the two deputies cannot go to one political party. Do you understand? So if he was part of the party, and the party in the standing orders, no, defined. So what I say, I am saying there's a confusion because you drew order.
I think you drew.
You drew her. And you see, that composure, this parliament, and I have indicated, so honorable. For me, in my humble opinion, or you'll be also leading their half this time round.
No.
Please.
No.
You don't dictate what I say on this.
No. But I won't sit here to allow you to come and ridicule my leader.
Ask me the reason. Ask me the reason. I don't
you even have Haruna leading you. Ask me why. Ask me why. I will not ask you this. No for any explanation.
This is an intellectual discussion. It's an intellectual discussion. Don't do any buga. Ask me why.
I'm not even referring to that. That one there is your own opinion.
Yes. So, in my humble opinion, and I said even humble opinion, no. But you do see, you know, the nature and the composure of you were saying means abuse, no, means to see mono, and you understand do half. They may take it, say they are here NDC, na make us number brushing aside, but it won't help them. You know why? Sa composure or the way. Say, yempre. At this point, 137. A consensus building position here. Me na yajuma in the 6th parliament. Me na yajuma in the 7th parliament. Until sa. Obi a one who say, you 137. Not until I die, you kwa to abano. Who are approaching any of the leaders? That's also women do a for consensus building. Go ahead. Now, what Gina, the last one. You were Haruna Idrisu. I had the remarks here. You must catch it in a higher Idrisu. Night cameras in your eye. He's daydreaming. Or to be on the floor of the house, catch a change your optical illusion. This is a personal. You see, at this point, you hear Obia or you fire factor. This is not about buga. You have your time. You may not be comfortable or your leader. I understand, but me can't. As I make a Obia or Baka Bia and say the Bia Maka and Yenokre. It's the truth, and you are there. Maybe he's a smart guy. He's an intelligent person. Meaning problem. Oshamia, he makes me feel so he knows me because of from a rem akando. Obi oni me bia pa no be friend me sir because they name told no say na friend. I mean, I get on well, but baby dey say kind of cray. We need somebody a obi bu adwen na only say sabi dey obeka bia nyansa nim. That's the person we need to bring all of it. You kikiri nyina wi. O say kwatra say kasa. That's the only thing I bet my boy. So we need to be respected. Yenina no bia no ohun se won so ye nipa. Let's come on board. Ni obi afa na adwen ma na emu o man. That's what we need. And then anunti na make say me nka say sabe we are incompetent. Me nka say sabe onim bibia. Such a mensa bonus ni su ehunu a wanya no parliament no sabe. Me this my third term me nya bi. But me na yadwuma. Me nim do tie o such a mensa bonus ni composure na you know. He's best at number one, either say or your opposition leader not striking. And answer or overwhelming majority. No bet me a bullying the way through. That obey to Yajumano. But the do be a diplomacy. And for me, Minna Yajuma for some time. I don't see that in him. And that's a fact.
Okay.
Where only baby we watching.
So on that one, quickly.
It's rather unfortunate, say, Minu Akando, better na one make such, my friend say, disparaging remarks about Osechi, Honorable Osechi Mpensenpensenmu. Osechi Mpensenpensenmu. On what I am the password here too. Say, Upe, Omo ti parliamentary practices and procedures, I say. Ewo mrashe bedwemo ya hosi a we know firi obi ani hobi. I'm telling you for a fact. We know obi ani hobi.
I agree, but
I'm just telling you, we in free wa and both sides omo attest to the fact. Say nimdia ni suahu a o se eche Mpensenpensenmu e wo fie ho. One had no koto to no. You should just mention one.
Babin.
I'm not talking. Babin is not a member of parliament. I'm talking about if you are a member of Babin is not a member of parliament.
Rashid Pelpo.
Oh, please. We are talking about people who are celebrated people who understand parliamentary proceedings. And no be attest on the side. It is all better at this time where you see that is why I'm pointing out to him say there is no ambiguity. There's no difficulty in determining who has the majority in parliament as we speak. It is the MPP who has it. Meaning, baby, I'm kind of say he is limited to what he has been reading from other people, whether standing orders, parliamentary standing orders. Go out, baby. Your parliamentary, we imported it from somewhere. Okay. Now, pedi yejina suaye. Ukobuza ura, another leader, I don't know, Idris, all of them will tell you that Esquime has become the standard guide for every parliamentary democracy. I used to practice it. Opebia metubia man mobako da metubia man bi.
Me the question I want to me and you. Ben Tom mame.
I know there no.
So don't do this. Why people do this? When we started together, you couldn't do it and I did it. You are coming to tell me now. Stop that. Stop that. When we started together, you couldn't do it and I have done it. You are coming to sit here to tell us don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh no, if he feels offended.
Of course.
No. My mommy withdraw.
You better do.
There is a standard of parliamentary practices. We are saying now, parliamentary and that is Esquime. How has Esquime defined majority caucus in parliament? And I'm going to say, well, it is not in contention. There's any party or parties with majority and as a working majority in parliament. In this case, so, who has the working majority? So who's going to
decide this for us as a country? When they decide it?
And Speaker will now sit in chair. What I say on Friday, 15th, or no better. That is why I'm saying that even Speaker Babin is limited. He has to oblige. He cannot do otherwise. And it's clear. On to me, for one definition of whatever, it will not. It will not jail.
The most important thing is 1 minute. Makoka Esquime and I was here. We are not talking about a matter of yes, no correct. I decided to go and pursue my PhD elsewhere. So I left. I went to pursue my PhD elsewhere in international relations. It's not the same. Give me the opportunity to give 1 minute comment. No, 1 minute. No. It's important. It's important for the education of the masses. Mr. Don't gag me.
No.
This is an intellectual discussion. Let's let it flow.
Debbie, what I remember. I saw your full parliament. You are here. So you have to conform to the Mexican. It's simple. He told the soldiers that parliament was not their portion. So you simply have to also oblige when I also told. It's simple. Well, quickly, 1 minute.
Okay. Come they make Kenyan and say, and ye dinner debate also. So you're majority and I'm minority any here. It's all about talking. So what I say. o majority no de boa o ma odimi de ye no ene hia o enye din na da so keke no nti we are majority in parliament e koto abana lose so what's your majority where's the majority nza
eboa ma parliamentary nhihye no
this one emwa
I'm just say more committees are
no it will even not help them even if they call them majority oh what it is that and probably be an initial almost struggle for majority name ni dia emwa omo it's about the strength parliament your constituent committee ya the formula na ye percentages
but the majority and minority
where is what insignificant even if give you in the best 50-50 the one out of the 275 if you have a difference of one insignificant into about 50-50 into on all the committees and you to me committee even number then you know the committee will be on by majority committee be also it doesn't lie in the name it lies in the strength and the numbers a formula the day in this case even if they are called say from majority crana and wow
all the committees the majority don't need do is that correct
the BTA the committee no determined by the number
okay
percentages
okay
in the be owa e bia me minipa be ye 8
committee awoso
in the
committee 70 no
e bia na me minipa omo so 20 a minipa e woso no because you 106 into minipa be 8 na woso
okay
na mo minipa be 12
okay
enye din no but it's because of the numbers in the percentages and the cost striking in this case whether you are called majority or minority 50-50 so I don't know why we are struggling over this name
all right
it doesn't help anybody that's the truth nti din no and the check you know but numbers no and the then nti you betumi afra majority although you betumi afra majority and so na committee bi o kwa we minority also
okay quickly answer the question no Mejidi say NDC caucus MPP caucus officially they should write to apologize to Ghanaians. What's your take on that?
Kwabra dedi kan upon hindsight ne ma bi e course na kan koso ankeye for ye nyina na emom omai mu ha sa na ma we ebegyaye a yi ye nyina de obeye bone no e pem ka se wo na wa ye bone ye mfa mfra ye nyina se kodu sa mpempenso na ebeboa ye nyina na me kwan meka ekwan fa so a sansem mu nyina ekosi ye no wahu se ye ne ye bone a na obi a wo hwe me bia no because de me hu ye ne se na amanfo hwe mfoni there was no commentary nti Ghana fo be briante ase nti the all action no obefi so onimum ne difo because mo na mo hwe even media for no they didn't have access to the floor of the house nti mo kwa no mo ntia ase there because they were just speculating kwa brand the course ni na ma de ka catch say ebi no ho a anka ya anya anka na ye but on my side kwabna I can tell you say bibia ni wa ye na ennemra we were on the side of the law. We were protecting the democracy of this country and we were protecting the 1992 Constitution of Republic of Ghana. Number one, say the medical culture, you room, no. Then you call ye. And there's this confusion about majority, minority. Even if say independent candidate no, any more better kra na majority caucus krempo na. It is after Mr. Speaker Atanasi, no actual officially. You determine by your better. So even before the selection or the election of Mr. Speaker, no, there is no majority, there is no minority. But what am I saying? In the end, you can room. You are the right hand side of Mr. Speaker. Na minu anom by. No, I'm the left hand side of Mr. Speaker. Na Parliament fufrobia 7th Parliament ni ewi Wednesday na najo. The Parliament fufrobia se ba na ye ni speaker no clerk and a convener. A convener ade ba ko pe one agenda. And they say, Mr. Speaker, nothing more, nothing less. The Koya clerk by no, and no debo tied to ja. Normally it must flow. The debo tied to jano, and a year high no do so, a proposal you are babbing. There was uncle be second day. And now, a be shashed no. And now, Milia, a friend market can say, or no him say, Mr. Clerk, and ya communication say, you're injuncted one of our members. For me, it was rehearsed. Because communication on the floor of the house, Milia in the way. The speaker your communication, you've been a call force to Mr. Speaker, where your communication the kind. In fact, on one kasa and the kind communication. So why is it that Papa kasa no akade but I ain't ya kwakusha ho. Now so it was rehearsed in my humble opinion. In Tiahono, or raising the argument in we no. And the kasa in law. So when janti obia, process back when say you must serve the person. Papa na register What about abasi and so in on serve on your bibia or bet on for the first time. When I was here, when ya notification na
and one castle when you be the year to 3 when
very fantastic.
Okay.
Nti when ya na say bia wo as clerk na any speaker say bi kwa be frame member de kwa no abona ma news den wanye ya bedu ha wie no and the NC. So we insisted and we made all the legal arguments. The kwesi ye nyina ne say okay papa ne nto na owo consequences bi aba ono a na bebe nti obi a wo hwe mfoni na onim de ekoso no ye ye kikikiri a obem say ye mom na asem ye den enye den. And before I proceed from that end, just show my team. We have only one high court per law. High court baby will be is one high court. You can say injante the member elect for Techiman South. You must catch it. Almost the people of Techiman South no. I was saying they must be represented on the floor of the house, especially in the selection of the speaker. So it was denied. The same 2020 elections. Obi to me injante. The member of parliament for ascent of the same high court. Then let me move from there. No. I'm laying that foundation because
scenarios the same.
This is the same. Injunction.
There will be you injunct and will be a agency of that injunction.
Agency.
No, but so late foundation.
Oh, me personally, of course. Yeah. Because the mindset I have is that, in my humble opinion, the court was not fair to us. That's the mindset. And that is what I was seeking to establish. Okay. Because the same 2020 election, the same injunction, why? Yeah. And the same strength of the court. Yeah. So I say high court. Yeah. And no time you lay our foundation. Okay. Let me proceed from there. Now, you know. Neba say, you are such a message proposal. No, your second year. Now, Bass Betwaba. Abana Ebetuono. Who can kind the constitution? Clause 104.4. Now can carry standing orders, order 8 and 9. Acquire first you speaker clear. You need to acquire the clear no. See ye more than one yakotwaba. Abana year to a secret ballot. Nothing more, nothing less. Secret ballot. And ye shall say. Ye shall say na year to abano. And ye who say ye nyanom MPP 4. Omo to abana. Cameras in your say, I'm going to question could be a yes, I didn't come because I have some day. Almost to a banana, no more the actually. But I am from so much. I am from so much. Apart from the money found a Kokoma battle. But the whip system allows that system. Yes, but in this case, the constitution. But that's what I'm saying. What the shows the way the exactly whip system. Exactly. Okay. In this case, the constitution and the supreme law of this country are the constitution. Okay. In the constitution, no, I can pay face a secret ballot. And yet, baby, I quit begging on why they come the and the constitution naka. And even Osha standing orders anymore or lifting straight from the constitution. The language in the standing order is same as the language in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Inti no more actually cameras in our yes there be. Yeah, sir. Inti me and me can't say me no. I was on the side of the law. Me see family near then and yajuma. Inti ye shall say be imprenum. Ni nyina no more the chele say be. So sadia ye. E koso no o mayene ye ti ye ni ba ko pe na soja for ye dem homa. It is forbidden, it is an abomination, it amounts to coup d'etat on the floor of the house. Onye chief justice, onye president, onye vice president, onye minister, no ye free why you have no business on the floor of the house.
But so say marshal no
yes, marshal. Marshal is different from military. Marshal quanti uba ye wa is security
to call for reinforcement. And the definition of reinforcement could be the police or the military.
Per our standing orders, the security at our parliament, the marshal. Okay. So what I say, in the military, in all democratic dispensations, in all democracies, you know, military folk have no business on the front, especially when they were all well armed. Okay. Yankopon Adaroma, you encourage you, you encourage Tayampo, but we resisted the oppressor's rule. Say. And you make nyina. Inti me am resisted the oppressor's rule. Me am catch no obi a any kwan say oba ho, a no ba ho no. Ati amra so. Inti won action na say me yakidikidi a, na wonnim de enti am yakidikidi. Because oh we na action we mu atna ho din. Inti bia we mu na ye de enye. But what I say, let's move from there. Inti ye wie we nyina achi no. De na was sanka, ye wura say che me nsa bonso no to me opinion on him and say obe free leadership no. I'm a conclave. akoye nhyiamu ni prepare the way forward. In the leadership ni nyina akohia na ka say okay, that is the position of the law. Ndi nyina ye secret ballot. Even ye sha say no mo na mo hwe no, mo media for no. Still they be me crowd kire. But your leadership no e come here down. Na ye to abani nyina na ye wie. Ye wie ye kenkan no. Ya kan ye wura makoko e dia wie. Ye kan ye wura makoko e dia wie no. A ye guso ye kan ye wura babende no. Say Carlos Ahinkra for him. No better papers no. So the granny. And you see, Mama, don't forget. Bibia see Parliament wo ye nuanom MPP for suit no mo buy mo dan adi nyina no. It is a complete exhibition of what they did in 2020 elections.
So mo so bugane enye de ne mo butu yi no. The tire shishi ye na amanfo dra shishi no. It's a complete.
And also, you got no
MPP for them say omo ballot no mo di dwane.
Na ya
akoshi mo say mo butu boxes le tutune. Eti mo no je basa sisi Ghana mountain na emo. So two things happened. Obi for ballot a papers in the dwane. You are saying that osho mo suni omo ban a fiti omo pepe.
And yes they all kind of pay you analogy no. So sanity and ye dey bu ya nye ne o san ka ye ne sense because so before ballot paper no the Ghana will cheer also the bon.
We need problem with that.
Pair,
no, I'm saying
and
that.
especially from the first deputy speaker.
In fact, when even Emran Kachre say, "Uni aobe ko ballot box, uni hu kwan se oko." So fan kwa dia, at that material moment you are seen as a criminal.
No, listen to it carefully. Listen to it carefully. You see, yeah, in the NDC side, and for me, a lesson to every candidate. So when we say adie bi ikoswa enye no watra ho amana produce wrong results we are kujina court, we will never do that again. You have to insist that the right thing is done there and then. The so am credit me no majama be produce a wrong speaker for me. Now we are catch me no question answer. Abra have the capacity to insist that the right thing is done. Oh, that's not okay. We have a question answer.
Your insistence unfortunately no. Now,
is this as be anyway, camera? All the cameras were there.
No, but I'm saying that. So you never saw anything wrong with more.
I'm saying that the medical
in your attempt to resist what you claim was your process.
This. I mean, all of a sudden the host has turned to be anyway. No, medical catch us. But this is no problem. I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem with that. But you see, medical catch us say, never need be wa. Anka minya ya on hand side anka see I don't know church I won ya me proceed
you know for
enu nti say obi ebe snatch ballot papers no di dwane na me yakopon mama hodi na me chase na me na my bone
there be oh yeah there say
fantastic in the narration but be abi feel say be ya bone a hu say en say be obi akeke ballot boot near there. That's the only thing obi beso but and no say anya anke bia ye be the right thing ana and also no say anya anke be the right thing ana if it is no and it was important say or say yes
okay
so inti sa niema ni nyina ye no me gidi ye sencheche me mama ani mfoni a mo hwe ye tiefo ye side ne de ya sinkintin say we are going to protect the Constitution of Republic of Ghana and protect the democracy of this country. Now, because they had powers, Mama soldier for the now they were flexing their muscles. Masa, you some yan a bit my cow how me 6 p.m. Be anywhere I mean this year. 6 p.m. I was there. Your more year, your moves. Nittiwell and Ambrose Derry. First people.
What's your challenge with that?
If Yakotwaba venue be not knitting well, Defense Minister Ambrose Derry Ominu Edika Koho. Now I'm unable to tell you what they want to do.
Paramount to you,
Oh, me catch you.
Almost 4 years.
As for that time, they were not ministers.
No, but they were.
So I was even surprised you were calling my own good brother acting whatever. I was even surprised.
The president is giving them that position.
No,
but president, I'm
before you become a minister, before you become a minister, you must go through a certain procedure.
But the president says that.
I hear you. But wait, give me time. I won't debate you on this. So the point is that the and again. I cannot end. Abra me can assemble. Yeah. Semu nyina mu hu ya And also, apart from the speaker, and then some send them sensational stories and the trending pa. Muhuna miniaba Osla, not to me nice. And also they see and they say, you would have mono, I could try the right hand side of the speaker. No, Minianon by and also say on the on tenancy. On ye and a better now. So I say, the Jana Manetra Ujinaho for some time. Into on who say na yura avoca. And in Parliament, on cross capital, on tena obimu, but the Becca say, so it was not normal. No, I say be normal to be matter. Nti area avoka a oye NDC ni osori ye no na ko fa na konwa nti o fa na konwa no ye nyina e ko ne nchen e persuade na so onsori no nkot no omonkotena ose wonko ni ejan e pinche picture yakra we have cameras nka we have mo videos na say opushi area college dada kra ni ade ni ejan no man trans ejan no man trans ya kopim mra no ani pem osori ye sorry na me ko trans akonya no me tra ko yan so from nowhere my home be free by the many team back not me nice so why me say me niam akonya kra na bia sorry na me entrance why me say masem but you see say me the force share that and can the story no be different cameras in other so
you behaved.
I had to behave
Okay.
at that time until me jai man trans so akopem mra
Ne
hoto no oh sorry and on a more lighter note and I will on this note you know the idea say I don't believe in obi who has an actual tribute. Yeah, my brother, and intermittently you draw my attention to certain things that ebia any crime say me ya na say menye. But you see, or try me nice on at that material point in time on a lighter note, you can understand what I'm talking about. You realize that because my attention was on the selection of the speaker.
When you break change.
Do you understand?
Because that mood was not even
It was time to protect the democracy of this country.
So you were focused.
I was focused.
Okay.
And in fact, to tell the truth, I played a very leading role in this assignment.
No problem. I saw it.
Before I come, I'm correcting me back. No, yes, you see, a question committee, I see a 50-50. It's not going to happen.
About committee seminar.
It's not going to happen. We have 138. The ratio will be shared based on the 138.
It's ratio.
And
that's what I said.
So definitely, we are going to have
more than
ratio.
I'm a mathematician.
No, see ratio.
So what do you understand by ratio? In this case, the ratio is 1:1.
138. Who finding the percentage that? Find the percentage is 100. It's 50.18. Oh, running rough 50.2. You have 49.8.
That's 50.2.
No.
What is he talking about?
It's 50.2.
Don't come and do mathematics.
It's 50.2.
I'm a mathematician myself.
49.8.
Okay.
So, if it is finance committee, we are going to use this. We are going to have 30 on the majority side.
I'm happy you say it's a ratio. We are going to use the ratio.
I know the unfantech. The substantive.
Okay.
I can't say Minchiro. Tuesday night around 11. And now we got an intelligence as what the NDC were going to do on the night of 6th. I draw 7-point agenda.
NDC.
Yes. Okay. One was to resist, say, Makwan said, will be about attempt to say, candidate MP let me injunction no. You better preventing from voting on the night. 2, a kwan be faswa threatening the clerk and the parliamentary staff. The
wild allegations.
3, they will make sure say ballot.
These allegations of
please.
Wild allegations.
Please. These are things they want to do. They will destroy the polling center.
Hey.
Yes. I'm telling you, 7-point agenda. So when we got this intelligence, what we did was to lay it before the security and the parliamentary security, who is the marshal. This is what they plan to do. On their own, they have to put all the security measures in place. Now, a banso security be as or provided the
especially when the president was going to be sworn in at the same premises.
They provided that security. So Masha agreed. So there were options for Masha. Okay, so we are going to use internal security
until the unexpected.
Say back critical na yentumi be call in police. If that one to yentumi ajoba will call the joint operation team, which comprises of the military and the police. They were not the military, they were police, part of it. That was the last resort. The Masha issue, as to how he called them, he invited them, I don't know. I don't know Masha, I don't know control the security. Nanyoma, on the 7 intelligence, that is exactly what they did. Do you know the ultimate agenda they wanted to do? I'm saying, you better prevent the swearing in of President Kufuor. They have to do it so that they will create a constitutional crisis in this country. And you travel 7 now, we don't have any president in this country. Do 7 5. There will never be any president. So if there is no president, what does the constitution? The constitution is vague there. What do you do? Oh, and yeah. Military for Obiame take you over. And you say, you see, they started this narration. Time now, and the military is divided. That was the agenda. Yeah. So when all this information came, our caucus came and advised us that we should not retaliate. Anything. We shouldn't respond. Because we have a president to swear in. Now say, Anko ya, it is we the MPP side that will go against. See, you didn't see a better responded to say the NDC 4 years. I'm telling you, it would have been a different story altogether. But you're restraining your home because they have already asked us. Say me and you be biara. So we comported ourselves. There were a few people are normally almost so montiasi. You see a pobi anka, you see your parliament, you know. Nasasanki arresting. We're looking at that option. In common, almost chief whip, Muntaka, that very night he would have arrested and put back on this. I'm telling you.
Chaotic.
That is why we decided we were reading because who managed to say, who to me bang, who MP elect. You are not even an MP. You have the audacity and the gut to go to a polling center, snatch a ballot box, and now what do you see? The offer ballot box whenever is languishing in jail. Now, unimra, wow, parliament ache. Then uko show this irresponsibility as a leader on a political who could show this kind of irresponsibility. Now, to me, by now, I was saying, me na me jina first person ya tin paper ma Muntaka or tin paper nim or team
Muntaka.
I'm telling you, or tin paper nim
MPP and NDC.
Me see Muntaka MPP ni no Akrofom ni was the first person who was going to go. Me see boy the day kon was say was show what did not tin to paper na it turn into yes sama ya kwatena na what right do you have? Property of the state. You have the gut because oh no the officer wo de mra no betumi afa hye wonsa wo ha oka de Carlos eyeye or because of the irresponsibility that your leader showed on the floor of parliament.
So 2 wrongs is making it right here.
I said he did it because he was learning what Muntaka did.
But we were in the August house where law is made.
Law. At that moment, no munim semra. They didn't know there was law. You are here talking about the whole member of parliament elect, not just ordinary member of parliament, a senior one as such. But if you have at the very moment you the MP elect has no power. We are like strangers in the house. We are yet to be sworn in to become members of parliament. Is the clerk sitting there in the chair who controls everything, the affairs of the chamber. The security, the marshal who is in charge of security, you draw the attention of the clerk. And the clerk will now act. Now, to me, the two show on them. Now, I'm better radio so, I'm better TV so. Now, we are protecting democracy. Which democracy you are protecting? That irresponsibility that you showed in the floor. Which democracy? The democracy now, you are snatching ballot box, booting it is a democracy for you. If this is the type of democracy that you and your party are preaching, then I'm sorry. Then, on my way, Ghana way, we have a long way to go. And to me, Nkasa Bibi so at the night, was perfect. I accept that a certain part did not play well. Nyoma because sa we kasa na we no we point we ni nyina no ehun hia sanse nka si ho nka me nuanu ma nkɔ hye kokoam anko boss apɔ bon we.
But they never reflected sa apɔ na obo no floor.
No there.
Because nyoma meba nyoma odi egu akwam say yen central for yen ye privy to ni ente ye ho de ba ni ente no enyoma nyina akotia mo nhihye ya e wo mmase bedwabo na timpone ne say ehunu bi penti aboasewa bibia da woje ne ba oyi na ni tu nche because so over alert obi ameche na we yakoto aba ma hunsusu aso no onsusu ye ne say mo ne omo ani ni yie enam saa nneoma ba akomienu miensa we yasa ba mra hye bedwam nsu a saa bukata na wo ya adwini mu na no mo saa be adopt asa de asesa on hye brede a ene se ampaya ebedwa wo ho a se de bi timenya
o ma me ma nkoso ya share processes na se wo hu se MPP ni bi ekofa ballot box hu se MPP ni bi ekobutu ballot box.
Can I come in here?
Ya na na yetena se
din
ya tena se din on the parliamentary system no ya ho bibi a friend the 3-line whip whip no a owo your side no be make sure say control say omo owo ya fa no asem bi a ya ka kire ne bia no e den odi so. Yes, they said there is a secret ballot. But your shape side and want to ensure say the yasa kona koye na no na oye. Ye nuanu mu sore say nya de ebe ye adwuma. Ye nhwe order 8, 9 akire pefe say the ballot will be done in the secret manner. Ye kekekeke nyina wie. You decided to say, your son Baba to Aban on, for 5 times before finally, in Naya Trance had a sober reflection of the years he said, and yet, and what?
But the only I say change and say kukuru.
And I'm just saying there's nothing like kukuru at the end of it. There's nothing like I am telling you, say, intelligence, young pick your free on camp. They did everything, virtually everything.
For me, man, 1 minute.
Omo bibia nti se ene yetumi aba betena na ya ye bibia awie ye ko parliament mesre no president ni aso ani in na wie sa om kukukuku no so mo send the ba parliament obioma it will not be countenance. That one I'm using this medium to let them understand. President Yasuo na wie. I am the so ka bibi say enya ba bia parliament bia say even kura majority to 200 na minority to 100 MPs. We have always done everything on consensus basis because it is healthy. Emma enyoma ye ofie ho nyina no
wakan di fo no suni on buy omo dan edi no
makan before one or say and entina ya me nwanwa say or say you see when they come on the hard way we will meet them on the hard way.
Fantastic.
When they come on the soft way we will soften our stance and work with them.
He has nothing to lose apart from Ghana or your position.
Let me tell you.
Because what buying the
let me tell you.
Let
me tell you. And yes sir ya man e was. That's why I'm pointing at you say we still have that 138. You shouldn't forget. See, I be na some fee some back take you stand. We will use that number.
Are you going to use the whip system because secret vote the encommon?
Oh dear, how it will be done? You leave it. You say twice beating, twice shy.
So and then once twice on.
No problem. Can I my own course quick?
Enti, the me person me children say. Me person me children say. This time around, we on the majority side, we are not going to allow them to have their way like they came on the system.
I know there's a can't.
In your man, it will not happen. But me free say, the speaker has the responsibility. Okay, he has the responsibility to make sure say, sir, nyamransam we ya, free NDC for side no omo ye no, omo ma.
Okay, so Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinics men cause on Kyle say and they say ya dey bia than cranko down so say koko say wapon na ya gonorrhea na say diabetes and a stroke ejijewa na say how ni peduana one unique opportunity and it's what we call Greenfield what we could dijuma kwanso nkoso kra for 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898 sounds so make out say ultimate remedial school so and they say oh June May June was in Sorena akwanya kese pa dia edawma ultimate remedial school and see how the courses in no ono eye emao afi so nyantete papa on of deck eye instruction ni MIB atimi kama 0244696911 and that's 0207891004 oh hwe wona chira kwan St Andrews campus across the country obetimi anyone edisa enkita hono few messages and we'll come to wrap up Linda say ufi Chicago na buy your brother Raptisi and Obedi Techi Mensa Central Region Secretary for the MPP say did the same High Court not injunct Ameu Obusa era Akando Ninyam for Akando Anna Feso Echo Dansuman say good morning Omani happy new year please tell Akando at the time they entered the house and sat at the right hand side of the speaker the 7th parliament hasn't elapsed. So it was a mistake for Akando and his members to sit at where they were sitting. You want to correct? Correct enough for 2 minutes.
Okay. As at the time I hear resolution bill na cry read that. So share both minority both NDC MPP sides na yewura mu no. Obi anywhere wura mu a na ye part of 7th parliament na onye part of the 8th parliament. But let me come and say. Yeah. The business we are going to transact was the 8th parliament business and not the 7th parliament business. Okay,
so no,
not a single one.
Okay.
Yeah, as at the time, no, near 8th parliament, for not a single one of 7th parliament.
So the argument that they say Chema midnight.
Oh, yeah. Procedural. The kind pass away anyway. Until na a matter of course. So what I say, so the bear yen creating the lacuna. But Omahine, I am MPP for you see they keep confusing the system.
They are not confusing.
Confusing. Like three line. The constitution is clear.
But the whip system
I'm saying that where the whip system must be applied, we all know. But in this case,
in Parliament, whip system apply everything. In every
No, the Constitution says that
Parliament cannot operate if the whip system is not in place.
There is no way Parliament. Listen to me.
But you agree to that?
No. Listen.
On the basis of the you agree, say Parliament whip system a part of it.
I agree.
Cool.
Very good. You say rule beyond there's an exception. Okay? Parliament to me, yellow biada a contravening the position of the Constitution. Are you reading my list? Parliament. Yen to me, ye bibia and the Constitution is bra. And I've told you, say, when yes and no, there's no catch so Parliament is a master of his own rules. That is not it. It is explicitly clear, stated in the Constitution, Article 1044, that Sa abato no ebe secret ballot. Number one. Let's clear our minds. Say, Debbie. So don't confuse anybody. Please, don't. That's number one. Number two, oh, yeah, ya anya hwe na NDC. Ebi a went here. Asma me kai yen na obi follow me bia no. Mahine, ubetimi asete quietly, but you do worse things about Ghana man nyina abo. Why you are sitting quiet? Is it true, say, a secret ballot? Yes. Is it true, say, including more, yeah, that's the phone number. Is it true, say, near people for number 2 about no the China? Yes, I want a cuckoo no. That is the cuckoo. I know what's the China want to mention.
Who defines the secret ballot?
The cuckoo is
who defines the secret ballot?
The Constitution.
Who defines? How did the Constitution define the secret ballot?
Tell
me how you define the secret ballot.
Let me what secret ballot.
Tell me what you read. Let us not go to that. You are making that argument.
Don't go.
Catch a Ghana.
Please.
Catch a Ghana.
Inti ako ena kuku ni wo. The criteria was to prevent the illegality happening. Another kuku is abra wunim say strategically. You know, and I agree bonny number yes, and I'll tell you why. 137. Let's injunct one of them at the die minute. Yeah, we do back. Yeah, we do some numbers.
I need 138. Very okay.
But don't
you have 138?
Remember.
Also, I want to find what he knew.
I know the Ukraine who
don't say Adom Bonny. It's a court order.
I'm saying that
of the MPP.
I'm saying that. Oh, and even let me tell you what they did. Say, Uma Obi injunction now 7 please.
Patrol withdrawal.
No
patrol withdrawal.
Okay.
You cannot conclude.
You see, the law is that S party just nipa no woni na anya oni mo
ya fa ho
a they make adwembone o de ye nti say anya adwembone a na bia S party some days before the swearing in ebe afford that nipa no opportunity to appear no more restraining sir nti make say adwembone here is that let's wait till the last minute.
No. You see, the case was in court, Cape Coast Court. The hearing was on the 6th. Why do you come and sit on?
If that will let you so that was it. Intino, the kukuru was that don't disenfranchise our member. That was kukuru. Another kukuru was that you have to abandon no. Me say ballot papers and I'll tell you mutaka de oye no. Minia, the truth of the matter no be a hweme. Mutaka de oye no say. So nipa de to aba no. No de kire, no de ba be share ballot box man. Na mutaka apija ballot box no. De oye no. Wan fa ballot box anyane. Wo di ba dwane a okoye bibia obi ehum bi. Ye wo no bia agent. Nti se nipa de betumu a abra wa anye de safata na obi ehum aba no abeto no. Na mutaka apija ballot box in there come oya the call clerk and chain on fa nyane to be obeka say butaka snatch ballot box e di dwane ye no na wonim
ye wie on this ma ballot so me sha say by ntimi nya no ugidi say ese fata say the NDC na manyuko no e di chopper ebre Ghana this year krata chopper well they are koso
ye de me hwe de ye ni nyina mu a Mahine, I'll be very honest with you. See, Anyasa, wouldn't they be produce? Let me tell you what they wanted.
No, in the midst of the money.
No, listen, I'm coming there. Me prevent wrong from happening. That's me patch. So me prevent the wrong from happening. That's what me patch. I have no problem me patch. But listen to it. The name you know we and catch almost gone above that level. Yes, a secret ballot. Mo peo. Ya the better. Ni atena odi ni ahwe.
Okay, so chopper is a difficulty, right?
Me any difficulty we are accountable to the people of this country. And at the eye no omoni nje ho a what is the difficulty here? But you must explain. No for the betias here.
No, you are done with the explanation. I'm saying that in the midst of all the
and again, so what allegations are or no alice nyina one meet the question will be ahun. Meaning ba be kofa free here.
In the midst of all the allegations. These allegations no.
And Masha idea okay. Joy FM or granted interview. You beside say military for free. Was who name?
Okay, hold on.
For me, I think that you better back. Quite fast one maybe we see invasion of the military. So we'll see a patch. Why not? But first and foremost, answer the patch or no. Abraham anyway.
Me the corner soon.
Abraham nim. Ebe. We have many friends. Abraham. Answer the patch one as yem patch no. What is important is say I was sending pana ye ko panic or not.
Okay, all right. Yeah, same question.
Mijidi say Parliament as an institution has already apologized to Ghanaians. At the NACO, the presence of Parliament. Nti subobia beba no go directly to Parliament. I think the Public Affairs Directorate has issued a statement to apologize to Ghanaians. I think it should be enough.
That's not enough.
It should be enough for now.
That's not enough.
It should be enough.
That's not even. We have a parliament now.
You see, Parliament, we are not acting on it's not political parties.
No, your parliament is won't take it when you're very careful. You are getting an undue cover very unfair to the people of Ghana. When the issue of the judges came, we all spoke about it. We have a parliamentarian our chain Kura, name time I'm school. Only a gas panel Diana Yankee. Of a ballot paper, Eddie Ghanaian said, you see, Senkaya in camera, we wouldn't have any problem.
Identity the family.
So I say, in camera.
Forever and ever.
No, man, no one seven hour.
No, you don't even get
you are not talking about.
I think the picture you've demonstrated. The picture
that and the worst of all.
The picture
and not happy and we happy.
And the picture both parties.
The first one
the picture both parties are demonstrated to us.
That's right. Oh, and yeah, mark process and so yeah,
speak up.
No, we are all discuss. Oh, I don't know court. No, when you say speak up. Give opportunity to both sides to make.
But still, the MPP is the majority.
I know the aside, it's not in doubt. This is not in contention.
Okay.
It's not in contention.
Another interesting honorable members of Parliament and Omabami Edin Kobo Kama and say, ADC, Onyame Adom is another day. Thank you for watching Badwam on Adom TV.
Are they